Hi, we are back live. I also don't know what happened there. My opening thing like turned off 2 seconds before it should have. That was weird. That's not happened before. Music? Is this in my ears? It's in my ears. I just thought I'd make sure so it's not sitting, playing out my my speakers. Um, turn this up just like a tad for you and a tiny bit for me. There we go. I have yet again come into the stream without knowing a clue about what I want to do today. Oh, I got a new background. I put up a curtain. I'm very, very excited and very proud of my curtain. My cats love it. They are obsessed with the curtain. You might actually see them at some point wandering around down here. So I put it up and it took me forever. It actually took so long because it's like there's a curtain rail that's on my ceiling and then there's six like little curtain things. Oh, that's the wrong way. Six little curtain things and then like a curtain light behind it. And trying to get all that together, it's actually held up by like safety pins at the moment because I've not quite got around to like sewing it because I need to get my sewing machine out and I can't be bothered. So right now it's a little bit I am worried for its safety. Let's go for that. But yeah, so super new. The cats, when I put it up like the first time, so I put it up and then the cats were all around it and I let them sniff around it and then I put the lights on it and then they came and they sniffed around it and seen what they're liked about it and hid underneath it, played with it a little bit. And then I pinned it back because it's in the middle of my living room, it's massive. I pinned it back so that my living room didn't look a mess. And then the cats were up at the wall playing with it. And then I put it down again last night so that they could get used to it and things, and then I pinned it back up, and when I took it down tonight, like before the stream, they were all over it, they were all inside it, and they were all like playing around in it and things, and I'm like, please don't break my curtain. I also have a little light, like a purple light back there, but it's a bit weaker than what I thought it was going to be. Oh. I have a pineapple. It's a very cute pineapple. I love the little things. I play with it quite often. I had the pineapple with the pineapple top. So it's just like a yellow cup with the pineapple leaves. And I had bought this like during COVID. And then I lost this because the guy that I was seeing at the time, his mum put it in the dishwasher and it just disintegrated. And then I bought a strawberry. Like it's got like the red bottom with the little like black spots on it. And it came with the top. I can hear the cats. Let's see what happens. Do you know what? If it comes down, he's supposed to see my living room anyway. So yeah, I came on tonight with like no clue on exactly what I want to do. I should probably share that I'm live, right? I'm great at this. This whole like Twitch thing. I also I started making some TikToks from some of the footage because I don't want to make all of my TikToks just from the footage from my streams, but I started making some of them, and then I realised that it doesn't like using the background noise, the music in the background. So I need to find a way how to record my audio. I've got a voice recorder thing. I wonder if it can record it even though it's been used for Twitch. It's not saying anything bad about it. You be good. You can't see her, but there's a cat down there. Oh, no. My camera doesn't twist around that much. But yeah, so I decided to put the curtain up because it just gives a little bit of separation between me and my living room. And actually, it works really, really well for me taking a break, because my sofa is sitting over there. And if I'm sitting on the sofa and I'm looking at a PC, I'm like, I could be doing something on that PC right now. So being able to, like, the curtain like covers my PC when I'm sitting down, and that's perfect for me. Oh, it has been a long week, but I am ready to draw. I have 3 options of what I'm going to draw today. Let me change over to that scene. There we go. Yeah. I just thought I'd also make sure that there was nothing that I didn't want you to see on this. So what we have today, I finally finished Kakashi. Still not entirely sure about this background. I think I need to move the clouds up a little bit. I think I'm actually just going to do that right now. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm not too keen on how low down the clouds are, so I want to just lift them up a little bit. And there we go. So that's a super quick thing. Right, they're down the bottom. That's grass. There's clouds. Yeah. This image is massive, so I like just coming in here and just vibing to the music. It may or may not be one of the favourite parts about my Wednesdays and Saturdays now. Right. So by doing that, this looks a bit funky. So I can just do that and do this. This isn't being recorded because I've I don't really care about recording the background too much. Right, that's better. So that is Kakashi done. I won't be coming back to Kakashi. Of course, it's taking half an hour to save it. 60%, come on! It's because it's a 5.4 gig thing. I've realised that the backgrounds have so much, like, it makes it such a big document for some bizarre reason. I don't know why. I mean, there's probably a really obvious reason. So, the only, like, drawings, I'm kind of tempted to get into Levi, to be honest. So, let me open them first. So I started Levi, and I loved I like the layout that I've done the drawing, but there's not a lot of like colour that would go into this, because we've got skin, we have the white trousers, I could do black trousers, I could do like this outfit instead, and then we've got the boots, which are either brown or black. And then his hair is also black. So there's not really all that much going on colour-wise in this drawing. And I'm kind of like, do I do it black and white? I could put clothes on him. But, I mean, it's Levi, I don't really want to put clothes on him. That's the whole point of this drawing, was that he's half naked, he's training. So I could put clothes on him. I just don't want to. This is a sexy man. So yeah, I've got this Tifa here, which I'm not quite, I've barely done anything on, and I have Saikuno that I'm kind of struggling, or I was struggling with how to draw him, because in his GTA Unipsych, he has this like a dark bluey grey jacket thing on when he's wearing his motorbike outfit, or like when he's out and about. And I tried to I tried to do that colour and it was just, I just couldn't get the colour to look right on the shading and stuff, so I changed it to grey because he wears like whitish grey hoodies now and again. I think them actually might be merch of someone's. I don't know. So anyway, I changed that, but if I'm doing Saikuno tonight, I'm doing some of the background because there's a couple of things in the background that I can work on. Or I have Nezuko. I did Nezuko ages ago and I absolutely hate it. I was looking at it the other day. The hair is an absolute abomination and it needs changed. And like her sleeve is a bit funky and her face is a bit weird. And I really feel like there's a lot more I could do to make that one better. She's like long since posted and like I've done it, it's posted, it's done. I need to turn the music down in my ears a little bit, that was really loud. But I'm like, do I want to go back? Most of it is hair though, which is not the most exciting to do on stream. Let's start on Tifa. Because my other Tifa I didn't like. And I like this Tifa. I like her lip colour. Oh, maybe I'll put that lip colour into Juvia. Because I was really struggling with drawing Juvia's lips. I was working on her boobs the last time I was in this one. I could do with working a bit on like the thigh. I've actually not block coloured this one like at all. Excuse me. She's looking good though. I think she looks a bit, I think I've done too much like, oh, I'm going to start recording. I think I've done too much shading around her lips here, like around her mouth, because she kind of looks like she's like, and very, I don't know, it kind of makes her look older, I think. Head, face. So I am going to lighten up in here just a little bit because I just feel that she just looks a little too pouty and I don't know, old. Right. And I feel like, where's her hair? It's all in head. Let me see how I like. These colours are not nice. These are like grey browns. I don't want grey brown. Let's see how this looks. So I've been sitting all week thinking about America. I really, really miss America. I said it last time. Maybe a little lighter. But like for this whole week, that is all I've been thinking about is my next trip. And my last trip. I was speaking a little bit, just briefly last time, about my trip to Texas and how disastrous that I ended up going. Well, not the actual trip. The trip was amazing, but a little bit later. In general, like I loved it, but it didn't all go to plan. So when I got there, concentrate. When I actually got to Texas, I almost turned around and just left straight away. So did I not? Oh, I didn't save the colour palette. Oh, Oh no. Or is this a colour palette here? Oh no, I didn't save the colour palette. Oh fuck. I am going to get back to that then, because fuck doing that. So yeah, when I got to Texas, I genuinely phoned British Airways and was like, listen guys, how quickly can I come home? So I had been travelling. I woke up at like stupid o'clock in the morning. It was like 3 a.m. or something that I woke up to get ready to leave. To go to London to get the flight. So it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, went down to London and then flew over to America, and it ended up being like, it was like I left the house at 3, my flight was at 7 to London, which was about an hour, and then I had 6 hours in London to just sit, and then it was a 10-hour flight over to Texas. And then when I got to Texas, I still had to get to my hotel because I flew in to Dallas and then I flew into Dallas and then I still had to get, it was like half an hour on the train and then 45 minutes on the bus because I wasn't driving. And by the time that I actually got to my hotel, it was 11 p.m. in Texas, and by that time 11 p.m. in Texas was like 5 a.m. in the UK. So I was tired. I was very tired and I was very crabbit. And I got out the taxi or cab. It wasn't an Uber. My mistake as well was I looked up on Google. I Googled for taxi. Taxi Dallas, and didn't have a fucking clue what was going on about. So yeah, I get there to the hotel, and the hotel are like, oh, we don't actually have your booking. And I had the booking on my phone, and this time I had been travelling for like over 24 hours. I was so tired, and I was just so done. And I had to pay an extra, like, it was like 300 quid or something that I had to pay. I can't remember. It's actually, I've got a vlog on it, but I had to pay this extra money to stay at this hotel. I was very angry. But I needed somewhere to stay, and they were like, yeah, we don't have it, so you're just gonna have to pay us extra money. So I did. I paid them extra money to stay, and by this time I was terrified because I was by myself in this completely foreign country, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know like where I was going to go. It was horrible. And then I went to sleep and I woke up the next morning and I was like, do you know what, it's fine. I'm going to make the most of it whilst I'm here. Yes, I am now poor, but I'm going to make the most of it. But yeah, I genuinely almost turned around and went straight back home. I'm glad that I didn't, because it was a really, really, really good time. And when I go away again, I know to keep a note of a lot of other stuff. So if the hotel turns around and tells me they don't have a booking, I can tell them to fuck right off. Hello, Lulu. How are you? Lulu's very upset because she can't get on the desk. She can't get through the curtain. So she's been sitting like right down to the side of me here, which I don't think you can see. Just waiting for me to move the slightest bit so she can jump on me. I'm trying to figure out if I can... Is this the wrong layer? That's totally wrong there. Try to figure out if I can make this into like this into a layer. Maybe bring it like down here to the elbow, because that'll make it a bit easier for me to draw it. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, when I do go back to America, I'll be a little bit more sensible with my booking. Maybe just get an Airbnb. I don't know if they're any better in America. is it? You're freaking me out. Oh. My cat was just sitting there. You're not getting on my knee? No. She was just sitting there staring at me with one paw up. And it was like she was like looking over my head. And it kind of felt like she was like staring at something like over here somewhere. And that she was like going to paw it. That was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, that was absolutely terrifying. Oh, cat. You scared me. Where was I? Did I? Yeah. So yeah, my next trip to America is definitely going to be a little bit more, gonna be a little bit different than my last trip. I'm so goddamn excited though. I need to make, in fact I just need to make the whole thing darker. I've got a wee while until I can actually go, because it's kind of expensive. One day. Hopefully soon. Sooner rather than later anyway. I definitely want to do LA though. For Anime Expo. Since that was like the whole reason for me going to Texas. And then I didn't get to go. So I would really very much like to go. Still in disbelief. I will actually probably never ever ever get over that. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I did talk about it on Thursday. But I am more than happy to talk about it again. Not Thursday, Saturday. Cause my goodness. That was some trip. I don't know if I want to make these like leather or fabric. I don't really know if she has them. Hold on. I think she has them as leather. Oh no, these are fabric for her. Oh, that makes it so much easier for me actually. Let's not listen to the Interstellar one. It's a bit too like epic for how I am tonight. Oh, this song's pretty epic too. So I've decided that I'm going to start watching Jujutsu Kaisen. So I kind of wanted to watch it, and I've just never gotten around to watching it. And then I decided I was going to sit and watch Naruto again. And I've been speaking to my friend about it. And he was like, oh, you know, because I was explaining, like, what I've heard about Jujutsu Kaisen is that it's like Naruto, but, like, way more epic. And I don't actually know how true that is. But I'm a big fan of Naruto, and I'm a big fan of epic. So I would very much like to see more epic. But the where's the lines? Let's get rid of the lines for a sec. Reselect, invert selection. But yeah, it got me onto the conversation with my friend who was like, oh, I didn't, I've always seen Naruto as like this very tweeny kind of show. And it kind of is, like, for some of it, but I don't know, Naruto for me has always had this, like, epicness about it as well. Because they deal with, like, big character deaths in that as well. It's not like, it's not just tweeny. I hear cat. I'm so paranoid about this curtain. Um, but yeah, so for me, Naruto was never just tweeny. Like there was tweeny moments, but they dealt with like huge character deaths that still bother me to this day. I still get teary-eyed watching clips. I think our wrist is like way too... Oh, wait. Yeah. I was going to say our wrist is really, really thin, but it's behind like part of this blanket. Where is the blanket? Where the hell is the blanket? It's in head. Why is blanket in head? What the fuck? There we go. Blanket shouldn't be in head. It's a statement I'd never thought I'd ever make. Yeah, so this comes like down here. And then there's a blanket at the back over here. And yes, it is purple because of Cloud. Call me a loser if you want. I will never deny it. I was really keen on doing another drawing of Tifa and Cloud, because the one that I did, I wasn't happy with it. And I keep thinking to myself, like, I could do better. I know that I can do better. And then just never do. Let's block out some colour. So this blanket, hang over the edge a little bit. So I haven't really had to draw a skirt like hanging down like this, so I'm a little bit concerned about how this is going to turn out. Oh, my wrist cracked when I did that. I see you sitting there, Lulu. I do. I would show you, but my living room is a mess. Which is also a really good benefit of having this curtain here, is that you can't see in my living room. But she's just sitting there, just like staring at me. So I'm very upset about the the fact that this game is only going to be on the PlayStation 5, like the next Final Fantasy. I don't have a PlayStation 5, and the whole reason that I actually bought my PlayStation 4 was to play this game. And, well, I think it's probably going to be better that I do this part underneath. Yeah, so the only reason I actually bought a PlayStation 4 was to play this game. And unfortunately, they're releasing it just on PlayStation 5. So I'm a little bit upset that I'm not going to be able to play it. I just heard a cat behind me. I wonder if she's trying to get on the desk. Oh no, I can't see her. She's so cute. I love her so much. She's very annoying though. Like, she can be very, very, very annoying. But yeah, I played the first one when it came out. Because it came out like over COVID. Is this back thigh? Yeah, so back thigh can go over there. Back arm can go over there. I need chest to be over this. Okay. Yeah, it came out during COVID, and I was off sick with COVID for a while. I think chest needs to be under this. Oh no. What's this? What is that? Oh, right, it's the back of the arm. It's over here. That's not what I thought that was. Right, I don't think I want... Do I? I like this song. Is this layer? Okay, so what I can do is remove this from this layer, and then this chest, that's that bit of the arm. Okay, that's that bit. So I want it over this and under the thigh. Yay. Yay, there we go. What colour do I want the chair? I wonder how yellow would look. Like a yellow chocobo. Would it look weird? Maybe? Mayhaps? Oh wait, this is no, I want to do this part behind most stuff. I need to do it on top of this layer though. How does yellow purple look? It's kinda gross. It's not a nice yellow though. Nah, I don't like it. Can I do it brown? I can maybe do it red. Although I've just done corpses one red, so... And I've got a plan for another red thing as well. Maybe not. Do I want this all at the top? You can't get in the bag, Lulu. She's a special cat. She's trying to get in my bag. My zipped up bag. She loves bags. It's actually the one thing that she likes about my sister is her bag. And I mean that is like the only thing she likes about my sister. She's probably going to start clawing that bag soon to get into it. See, I'm wondering if I can do it like the shoe red. I don't think I want to do it shoe red though. I just heard my door. Like someone like trying the handle. Right, select, deselect. But yeah, I enjoyed the first Final Fantasy. Sorry, the first Final Fantasy VII Remake. I really enjoyed it. And then I got really, really, really mad when I realised that, like, when it first, like, was announced that they were going to be doing, like, 3 parts, or I think it's 3 parts anyway. I love the little noises they make. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so when they actually announced they were going to be doing it in the 3 parts, like, you knew. Where's this part of the... It's back arm, back thigh. Oh yeah, because it had to be over her head. I'm going to have to move this up. So yeah, when they announced it was going to be in 3 parts. You knew they were going to be milking it for everything it was worth. But I mean, in fairness, like the initial game was in 3 parts as well. But I really enjoyed being able to explore Midgard, like, so much more. Midgard? I'm not losing my mind, right? It is Midgard. I'm sitting in my head like Midgard, and my head was like, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I thick? Yeah, Midgard. It was really, really, really good to be able to actually explore it so much more, and you got so much more out of the characters. And I don't know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know that there was a lot of people that didn't like it, because there was like so much unnecessary stuff in it. And I say it like that because I loved it. I loved like being able to explore more. I enjoyed the additional parts that you got with the characters that you didn't get much time with before. I enjoyed like expanding on the areas and searching around a lot more, and I just really, really enjoyed it. And I'm really sad that I'm not going to be able to play this next one until I get a PS5, which is going to be a very long time because I want to save up to go to Anime Expo, which is a lot of money. Are you okay, Lulu? What is it? I'm going to set up... I've got a little, like, set of drawers right beside me, like, down over here, and I think I'm going to set up her bed there, because every time she comes over and she just, like, looks at me like... Looks like my spot's not here, mum. And it's making me sad. Seeing her little sad face. Just waiting for me to make space for her. So I just need this to be over the thigh here. But yeah, I've really not done all that much on this drawing at all. I started it and then I got more into the other Tifa drawing that I was doing. And then I just kind of gave up on this one. I was tempted to give her suspenders as well, but I decided against it. So yeah, I'm thinking about setting up a bed for my cat beside me so that she can actually come and cuddle in. She's gone mad now. Kind of feel like that thigh is like really thick. Kind of feel like the thigh needs to be like ending forward a bit. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, it looks a bit funky. Hello, cat. I really think she just wants to cuddle in. Can I bring this? What a pretty kitty. The cat. No, Tifa. I mean, I guess you could call her pretty kitty. I can feel concentration mode coming out. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, we do. Okay, Again, it's crazy. She's actually going a bit nuts. So when you hear her, I am sorry when you, if you can hear like jumping around in the background. For some reason, that's grey and not black. There we go. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I can eventually afford to actually buy the PlayStation so that I can play it, or I just steal my sister's, because she's got a PS5 and she'll definitely be playing it as well. So I might just borrow my sister's. Oh, the red and purple's got to look a bit funky together. This is quite a vibrant red as well, actually. I'm trying to think about what like, my favourite part of Remake was. No, one of my friends is actually playing it on his channel just now as well, on his Twitch. If you're actually interested in this game, I'd highly recommend checking him out because he's really cool. So probably gonna do this in 2 layers, right? I actually realised I've not actually finished like sketching the shoe yet. I should probably do that, right? I just want to get the colours in first. I also want to figure out how I want to draw a glove, because this is a really cool glove with our materia and that in here. Technically, it's this arm, but I don't want to draw all this because it's kind of meant to be like a boudoir type of area, so I don't really want to draw like big chunky things like that. Maybe like in the glove put in like a couple of details like the metal and things, and maybe put the materia band on it. But I don't know if I want to do like this big like arm guard thing that she's got. That is something I can add over the top though, if I do decide to do that. Right, let's go work on the boobies a little bit. This is this side. She's like, she's groping herself. I actually also kind of want to do this as like one layer. But let's fix this part first. So yeah, I will eventually play the goddamn game. It might just take a while before I can play it. I'm sure my sister wouldn't mind if I stole it though. My sister likes me, so. I also never thought I would talk about my sister so much on stream. I'm kind of hoping that once I've added in like a little bit of shading to the top, the fingers also start to look a little bit more like they make sense, because see right now the fingers are like in a really, really weird angle, but it is because they're like, she's like grabbing her chest. So it does look a little bit weird. Is it the right angle? This is a weird angle. Let's correct. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, right? I didn't actually know if you saw her, like, poking her little head over here. I'm so worried I've just got to grab it and just, like, pull the whole damn thing down. Excuse me. So anyway, yeah, that's all I thought about all day, is going back to America. It is literally the only thing that's been on my brain. Apart from when I had clients in, obviously. Because I kind of have to concentrate on the clients. Which is easy enough. I really like my clients. I think for all this to make sense, I'm actually going to have to do the fingers soon. I can hear... Yeah. I'll not talk about that. So yeah, that's been the only thing that's been on my mind today, is just thinking about coming back to America. Definitely LA, as I said. I'm so desperate to go to Anime Expo. I don't know when I'll be able to go though. Soon, hopefully. It probably just won't be like in the next... Definitely not this year anyway. Maybe next year? It'd be really, really cool if I could go next year. Right, I kind of want these... the top to be on the same... on the same layer. That was a big hiccup, I'm sorry. I ate my dinner like really, really, really fast because I was so hungry. I think if there would be any other like conventions that I would love to go to in America, apart from Anime Expo. I have fallen out with Acon though, so I don't think I would ever go to Acon. Just after it being cancelled so suddenly. It looks so fun though. I've got time to think about it anyway. Oh, my back. So itchy. Where is... That's one boob. Where's the back boob? This one? Right, that's this one. What if I put it up here? So I kind of want these to be like one cohesive layer. I keep doing this when I'm drawing a chest, is like from this angle I'll always put the cleavage with like this solid like cut, and I don't know why I do it, because I don't like it. So let's join them together. I think there's a cat snoring. There's a cat behind me who's cleaning herself, but I can hear a cat snore too. Which, by the way, is one of the cutest things ever, is hearing a cat snore. Do you know, I can remember during COVID beating Ruby Weapon and Emerald Weapon, and I had never done it before, obviously on like the original game. I'd never done it before, and I was so proud of myself for doing it. And then you go online and it's like so many people bet it like years and years and years ago, and I'm like, I did it like 2 years ago. I was so proud of myself. Still proud of myself. It was so hard. I mean, it did make it much easier having Knights of the Round and having like everyone at, you know, really good levels, because that was the one I was actually going for the I was trying to platinum it at the time. I went back to work before I was able to finish it. But that was the plan. I was trying to platinum the game. Because I've never platinumed a game before. I know, fake gamer. And I got pretty close. The only thing that I didn't do, I didn't get the scene with Barrett. So I was having to go back and like replay fucking half the game to try and get that scene with Barrett at the Golden Chocobo. Nope. What is it called? The fucking golden, oh my goodness. Saucer. Golden saucer. Thank God. I am not very good at remembering things. You would expect my brain is like fucking 40-year-old, but it's not. I do have a young brain. 40? That's young. Maybe like a 70-year-old brain. It's just like going so far down. Beverage. I really like her lips. They look very juicy. That sounds fucking weird. But yeah, so I never got the achievement with Barrett at the Golden Chocobo, so I'm having to like replay a bunch of the game, and that was kind of where I stopped because I went back to work at the time after being not well, and I didn't have time because work was like really busy and stuff. So I've never been back to actually like complete that. I should, and I never got the bike achievement either. I suck at the bike. Like 90% of the population. It is just a mini game though. Like, how can you be so bad at a silly little mini game? But I suck at the mini games. I also like, I've never done anything with the Final Fantasy VIII's card game. I just didn't enjoy it. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I know that so many people absolutely loved it. And I just couldn't get in. No matter how much I tried, I could not get into the game. Fuck the minigame. Oh yeah, this was this little like vagina looking thing over here. Oh wait, I was looking at anatomy things. Cause like this muscle goes over this muscle. Yeah. I don't know anatomy very well. I did so well in biology in school and I still just gone. The most like biology I know is my friend was doing, she's now a radiographer. She was like showing me bones and stuff. This needs to be darker. What is this? This is strap, isn't it? It must be strap. But yeah, I would have really have liked to have gotten into the mini games. Specifically the card game. And fucking, what's it called? Blitzball as well. I fucking hate Blitzball. I hate it with a passion. But again, I wish I was into it. I just can't. I kind of feel like it's because I sucked at it so much. 10 was another one that I would have really have liked to platinum, but I think you've got to get like, you've got to do the lightning bolts. And I did that when I was a kid, like on my PlayStation version of it. And I just don't want to go back and do that again. Like, I did it once. It sucked. But I did it. And I just don't want to have to go back to do it again. 10's actually probably one of my favourite games ever. I wouldn't say it's a perfect game, but it's got a lot that I really enjoyed. I forget I've not tidied up all the colour blocking in this. Fuck. I need to make a bed for my cat. She's just sitting there, just staring at me and just waiting for me to pay attention to her. I'm sorry, Lulu. As much as I like the curtain, it's sad. I'll make a bed for you, okay? Poor cat. She does genuinely look at me like I am the worst mum ever. How dare I? But anyway, so I would very much like to beat Final Fantasy VII after all these years. Oh, the other one I didn't get was the money one, because that's such a long one to do. Because like the best way to do it is like get all leveled up so much, and then sell your alls, and then like master all, and then sell it, and then that gives you like, is it 100k? Or is it 1 million? I can't remember how much it gives you. But it gives you a shit ton of money anyway. And it's like the easiest way to get the money. I feel like this... Where's the top? Is this the top? Right, let's do top. feel like the top is a little bit too... Let me just... Where's the boobies? There they are. I'm trying to think of other games that I would have quite liked to have like fully completed. Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 10. I know that I'm never ever ever going to do Final Fantasy 8 because I'm not doing that card system. I'm not. I hate the cards. I hate the cards so much. It's never happening. Are you thinking about coming up onto this desk here? Man, if you guys could see what I see. She's so desperate for attention. Have I been drawing in the wrong layer? Oh no, I know what I've done. I know what I've done. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I'm just never doing the cards. I hate the cards so much. So 8 is out. I'm never going to complete 8 fully. I'm not a huge fan of like 13. What if I move this, right? You get up there. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I tried to play 13, I didn't like it. So I don't think I would ever complete 13. Is it this side maybe that I need to change? Totally this side that I need to change. I also tried to play 12 as well. So I had 12 on the original PlayStation. And I played it a little bit and then my PlayStation broke. And I was like, well, I'll not be playing 12 then. And I could have just went out and just like bought a new PlayStation, but I ended up not. So I should probably do that at some point and actually play 12, because 12 was one of my sister's favourite games, and me and my sister generally have the same kind of taste in games. So I'd probably really enjoy it if I did play it. And I want to get into 14. I've heard there's a lot in 14 though. My nose is very runny. I'm sorry. This layer? Yeah, this layer. So yeah, there's a lot of games that I want to play. Oh, I should probably do this like behind, right? Yeah. I feel like I should erase this. There we go. And do this behind chest. Back here. I actually need to like detail out her hair because I've not got any of her hair like detailed at the bottom, and I really should do that. Because it is meant to be like flowing a little bit. I thought I had it. Oh, I do have the lines, there they are. So yeah, the hair comes all the way down here. probably do some more over her shoulder. Like do like a little bit here. Coming round and like falling over her shoulder. Oh, that looks weird. This will be on the top, won't it? Actually, that looks kind of weird as well, because it's like... It looks like it's sinking into the skin. Like, what I was trying to do was that, you know, it gets thinner, like... As it, like, rolls over the shoulder, but... I don't like it. Oh, I was talking about something earlier. My brain does this so often. Trying to figure out what my favourite fight was in the remake. And to be honest, I really enjoyed the fights. Like, I really enjoyed I enjoyed the house. It fucking sucked, but I enjoyed the house. Because I bet it. So I was playing it on just normal mode. And I bet the house, which I was really, really, really proud of myself for. And then my sister went and done it. And I'm sure she had to put it onto, not easy mode, but... Did she put it on easy mode? I remember someone, was it my sister? Someone had to put the difficulty down. Because it was really hard. Like the house fight. I find it hard anyway. But I just played it on whatever mode it was I was playing it on. And I was very proud of myself for finishing it. Right. I want the thigh. I should probably clean up this edge first, shouldn't I? But anyway, I'm a big fan of the games. And I'm just sad that I can't play the next one. Until I get... Oh, I was wondering why this wasn't working. It's because this layer is on top of it. Until I get my PlayStation. Which is gonna be a wee while. It's fine, I'll get it eventually. Kind of thinking that I want to do America first again though. Do a bit more travelling before I spend 500 quid on a console. It's tempting though. Pay rise season's coming up and all that. See, I went a little bit more rosy with her colouring. And I'm like, do I want to go rosy? Man, I can't wait to get back out and travel again. I've not really been doing all that much. Like, I've been going around the UK. Well, not the UK. I've been going around to Scotland for the last few years, but not like away. I went to Berlin and Prague, which, don't get me wrong, it was a good holiday. It just wasn't like, I wouldn't have chose it if it was just me. But it was for a hen do. So it was chosen for the bride, obviously. I need a lot of money to go to LA though. I don't like that. It's too brown. See. Oh, that hue's a little bit better. Still looks better than I do here. Let's get some blue in here. Oh, that's a light coloured blue. This is very, very chilled music. Okay. I need to bring the light colour over here a little bit for her booty. Oh yeah, I totally started a conversation earlier and then blanked and forgot about it. I was talking about Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, I had heard that Jujutsu Kaisen is just a better version of Naruto without the filler and a little bit more epic. So I think that is going to be the next show that I watch, is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen, because I'm in the mood to watch Naruto, but at the same time, I've seen it before, so I'm kind of the opinion I've seen it before, so why would I want to watch it again? I also have that same opinion, even though I've seen Fairy Tail 1,000,001 times and I've seen Attack on Titan 1,000,001 times. But I think whilst I'm kind of in the mood to start a show, I should do it. I don't like that. See, I know what I'm trying to go for, I'm just not hitting the mark. I didn't hear it be like dark. Bring that down here a bit as well. Well, that's purple. I can feel concentration mode activating again, hold on. So yeah. It's not what I was going for. So yeah, I feel like whilst I'm in the mood for it, I really should start a new one. So that's my plan, as I'm going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll probably speak about it a lot on here, and I will 100% draw things from it, because I am the type of person that I have to. What if I watch something I like, I draw from it. So I will probably draw something or someone from it. I really like the Kakashi looking guy. So I will probably draw him. I don't know what his name is. I don't want to say a name, I think it is, because it's got to be wrong. In my head, yeah, Gojo. Him. I will probably draw him, because he looks like the kind of sexy character, and I like drawing sexy characters. So yeah, I'll probably draw him. People seem to go absolutely nuts for him online. And I don't blame them. Back thigh. Why is back thigh blacked out? Not blacked out. Blanked out. Not blanked out. Hidden? Fuck it, I don't know. I find that on my weekday streams, my brain just goes. I try to like say fucking anything, and my brain's like, "You're trying what now?" And it just doesn't like it. In fairness, it is long days. Being a paralegal is hard. Don't worry, I will always say I love my job. I tell that to the people at work as well, like, no matter what I say, I like my job, guys. It is a good job. What if I can draw, though? If I can get better at drawing, maybe I can get hired to work somewhere as an artist. That's like the goal, right? It's my goal. I would love to be able to work as an artist. I just don't know if I'm at that level yet. I'm definitely not at that level yet. Not like confidence wise either. Because I'll do a drawing and I'm like, yeah, it's alright. It's not amazing, but it's alright. Oh, do you know what film I've not seen for a while? Is The Lost Boys. I was sitting thinking about it today. Why was I thinking about it today? Oh, there was someone that called their dog Stardust, and it just reminded me of Star. Where is the butt muscle? Would it be like here? Maybe? It's got to look like a smear on her leg. Hold on. It's too far forward. That's more like our hip. How nice is that clicking in your ear? Wait, do some ASMR clicking. So I can't wait to get this little keypad thing. Yeah, I left a little bit there. Nope. There we go. Yeah, the little like keypad thing that I'm hoping to get, that's going to make such a difference. For me anyway. But also you won't be able to hear me like click click click. I'm trying to like kind of guess where they're going to go with the next game, and if they're going to do it like exactly how things happened. Oh, maybe I'll put up a little like Final Fantasy spoiler thing because I want to talk about it. Final Fantasy 7 Remake spoilers. Text. put this down here because I want to talk about it. Oh, oh. Why is it not working? There we go. So yeah, the one like big difference for like from Final Fantasy VII to the Final Fantasy remake was these like dark creature things that were like, I don't know, were they like fate or something? I don't really know what they were like trying to get across with them, but they were like fate. And I remember when you're in the middle of sector. What sector is it they're in? 7? 8? I want to say 7 because Midgar sector. It is sector 7, so I'm sitting thinking 7, but of course it's not going to be 7 because the game's Final Fantasy 7, so of course they're not going to put them in, you know, sector 7, but they are, it's totally sector 7. So yeah, when you're in sector 7, I think this is the end of this playlist. Yeah. It's going to vaporwave. And you go outside and they start attacking and you've got to fight them off and stuff. And it's like, I kind of feel like they're hinting that you can change fate. Because you see Zack later, which by the way is a game that I've not played. I've not played Crisis Core yet. I have it, it's sitting right down there. And my dad said to me, I think it was last year, like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, oh, get me Crisis Core because I've not played it yet. And he keeps asking me, like, oh, how's the game? And I'm like, oh, it's great. I've not played it yet. I've just not had the opportunity to play it yet. Because it is a big game and I know that I need time to sit down and play it. And I was going to play it over the Christmas break just past. Never got a chance to do it because of like a bunch of other stuff that was going on. And like obviously I started streaming as well. But I'm waiting for like a big chunk of time that I have off to be able to sit down and actually play the game. I'll play it eventually. So that is a game that I need to do. So anyway, you see Zack like at the very, very end, like see when you're fighting Sephiroth, and actually see at the end of that, I genuinely thought that because there was a Genova fight, and the first Genova that you fight is when you're on the ship to Costa del Sol. So why was there a Genova in the middle of was it Shinra HQ, I think? Like why? Yeah, because it was just after you got Red. Like why on earth did they put a random ass Genova in there? And I felt it was like, well, if the game doesn't sell and we can't make any more, well, at least we gave you a Genova. It's kind of like what I was feeling when I was playing the game. But yeah, it was really, really weird. It was really nice to be able to hear the soundtrack though, because the soundtrack is really, really good. Like, Nobuo Uematsu, the original Final Fantasy VII soundtrack is just absolute sheer perfection. I love it so much. So being able to hear like an updated version of it was amazing, but they managed to get the Genova soundtrack in there as well in the game. So I was really, really happy with that because I just love the soundtrack. It is such a good soundtrack. I listen to it very regularly. Was I listening to it? No, I wasn't listening to it today. So being able to hear like the updated versions was awesome. Did you actually hear Costa del Sol? And I'm sure there was a version of Costa del Sol in it. Can't remember. It's been a while since I actually played the game, because I played it whilst I was off sick, and then I went back to work, and then I played it again not too long after that. Because obviously you play a game you love, you go back and you play it again. But I can't remember everything about it. Probably play it again, actually. I feel like if I play it again, though, I'm just going to be in the mood to play the next one, and I can't play it, so. I don't like this leg. I feel like this sock needs to come a little bit further up. Right there. Huh. Can everybody else see the mistake that I've made here? Oh, it's the back leg. That's why it looks weird. I'm like, this doesn't look right here. Oh, Jings, have I done this wrong then? Hold on. This bit. Oh no, I've done it right. It's fine. So yeah, I'm. I don't know if I should play it again with the next one coming out so soon. Kind of feel like this back leg is really, really skinny. Compared to the front leg. Nope. I didn't mean to delete the whole thing. I just feel like it was just too skinny. Kind of feel like I need to bring the sock down. Do you know what? I'll continue with it and I'll see how I like it, because it might just be... I feel like the leg in the front is just a little bit too, like, chonky. But I will continue with it and I will fix when I come to that. So yeah, I don't know if I should play the game again yet. Just knowing that I'm going to have to wait so long to play the next game. Are her socks fabric or are they leather? They look like tights, don't they? Yeah, they're tights. Oh, if they're tights, I should probably do them a little bit transparent. Which sucks because that means I'm going to have to do it underneath the leg. God damn it. It's fine. Do you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. There's no sweating over this drawing. But yeah, so I don't know the entire story of Zack because I've not played Crisis Core. I know like the basics. I know what happens to him. I know that. Well, sorry, I know the end of what happens to him. But I've not played the whole story of him yet, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to getting into that. At some point, I have a couple of weeks off in August. I'll play it then. Promise. I will definitely play it in August. But my sister's a huge fan of it. It was her that actually convinced me to play it. So I wasn't like bothered about it because it was like one of those ones that, you know, Oh, if you play it, you'll enjoy it, but if you don't play it, then you don't have to. But I'm a fan. And no, so I think my favourite fight in the newer one, I really didn't like the fights with the fate things. Like with those like Dementor looking things. I wasn't a fan of those fights. Oh, they were kind of boring. I did like the new Sephiroth fight though. Maybe because it was like so shocking. Because I really didn't expect to be fighting Sephiroth in the new game. Fuck. When do you fight with them in 7? Is it in Calm? Is it when you go to Calm? When the hell do you fight? What? Is it Calm? I'm sure it's Calm. I'm 100% sure it's Calm that you fight with Sephiroth. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Where's the Nibelheim? Fight alongside Sephiroth. I can't remember. Oh, it's just like telling you strategies. Oh, is it Nibelheim? Yeah, it's Nibelheim. It's Nibelheim. When they go there, you get the flashback scene. Right? Am I losing my... Oh, no, it is. It's definitely there, because you go in and you go up. Yeah, and you go into the cave and stuff. So, yeah. What the hell was the point in that? Yeah, so that's like... I couldn't remember if that happened before the Life Midgar or not, but it's definitely after. But then you get so much time with Sephiroth in the remake, I feel, because you get him like you get a little bit of in like when he's going through the streets and he's in the fire and he sees him, and you get him as well like later on when you're actually fighting against him right at the end. That blew my mind. Like, that absolutely blew my mind, being able to fight Sephiroth so early in the game. But it kind of felt at the time like, oh, we don't know if we're going to be doing more of the game, so here, have this random fight. But it does feel like they're playing a little bit with the timeline. Kind of hope not, because, I mean, one of my favourite parts of Final Fantasy VII was the ending. Like, well, the end of this too was definitely like, I won't say it's one of my favourite parts of the game. But only... I fucking hate her. I hate her so much. She is the worst character. So I would... Am I allowed to say that? She's not a good character. She'd done my tits in when we were younger. So when I was a kid, it's when the game came out, I was really young, and my dad was playing it, and when we got to name the characters, I was like, oh, name the character. So my sister, because she's older than me, she got to name the character first, so she picked Tifa, and she called the Tifa Natalie. Great, fantastic. And then, am I upside down? Oh no. And then it was my turn to pick, and I was like, okay, I'll pick the other girl that's, you know, she's cute, she's got the pink dress and stuff, I'll take her, she's let's call her Becca. I mean, we all fucking know what happens. And I was butthurt, right? I was so butthurt because it was my character, and then fucking... But she is annoying, regardless. I'm not a big fan. So I quite enjoyed the end of Disc 2. And so, but apart from that, I do actually hope that they keep that part of the timeline like totally in, because, well, it was my favourite part. It wasn't my favourite part, but like I really enjoyed the fact that, so when I was younger, that was like the first time I'd ever seen in a game a character die. I've got a box at my feet that cats have been playing with apparently. So yeah, I've never seen a game. I mean, how old was that when this came out? Because I think we got it when it came out. 1990 something. Final Fantasy. 1997. So I was 6 when this came out. I was a kid. And I had never ever seen a character die in a video game, so mind blown. And that was like, that was the start. So anyway, I kind of hope that they keep the timeline for that. But I'm really keen to see what else to do with the timeline of it. Just don't fuck up. It's I swear to fuck, there was a cat sitting down there. I just, fingers crossed they don't fuck up. It's a beloved game. I'm just really excited for it to come out. And talking about it right now, I can see myself tell my sister that I'm coming down to play the game. Oh, the woes of not having a fucking PlayStation 5. They're so expensive though. I think I am actually going to make these see-through. Front thigh. Because they are tights, technically. But like, socks. Huh. It's a problem. Just vibing. Right. How am I going to do this? Could be darker anyway, because it's like underneath. His leg looks very strange. It will make sense. So yeah, I do feel like I'm going to probably say to my sister that I need to come down and play on her PlayStation. Sorry, Natalie. My desire to play the game. Just I need to. Actually, one of my friends I was speaking to was saying that he's going to take time off work. He's like booked a holiday and everything. Oh, that's the wrong layer. Ooh, I don't actually think I like them opaque. We'll just do them as socks and not tights. Yeah, I'm just going to do the socks. I don't like it opaque. So yeah, let's just hope they don't mess with the timeline too much. Even if they do, right? So I don't mind if they change a couple of things, because changing things is not terrible. I don't like this here. I'm going to bring this over here. Oh, that just looks like she's got a really chunky thigh now. I think I need to put a boot in here. Maybe a little further up. It's like a really, really long leg if I don't. Concentration mode. So, yeah, I don't mind if they do a little bit of messing around with the timeline. But I feel like they still need to have the big moments. They need to have Aerith. Hands down, regardless of how I feel about the characters. Yes, she's not my favourite. But I just feel like they need to keep that in there. Because if they don't, I don't know, it's kind of like a bit of a cop-out. I know that like a bunch of people don't like the fact that she goes. So I just hope that they don't, you know, I hope that they don't take out that huge moment or let you go back, because I just don't feel like that's in with the game. The slurp, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I just hit my mic. Oh, I thought it was darker. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. And yeah, I was pushing the wrong button. I added a new layer by accident. Oh, I'm on the wrong brush. Right, guys, I promise you, right? I actually know how to use the software. Mostly. That's too much. Okay, I feel like this bit would be a bit darker, and then up here would be the light part. Over there. So yeah, just don't fuck it up too much. I'm saying too much. You know what? They're good fucking developers. They got this far for a reason, like. I remember when 7 was announced, actually, like the remake. I was too young to remember the announcement for that. But for the remake, I remember it coming out. I remember me and my sister sitting, and we had just watched Advent Children. Like not long before, I had recently watched Advent Children not long before the announcement came out, and the announcement came out, and I went fucking mad. Advent Children to this day is still one of my favourite games. I don't care, movies. I don't care what people say. I know that there's some people that don't like it. I was just so in love with that movie. I remember going to school and trying to like dress myself close to Reno because he was just like fucking awesome. Like I was that kid. I was that weird kid. I had this shirt that actually it said bastard on the back of it, and I wore it to school one day, and my school was like, that's not okay. I loved it though, it was awesome. Not that the shirt had anything to do with Reno, but it was the only shirt that I had, and I was like, I want to dress like a Turk. Like I need to dress like them, because I was like, when did Advent Children come out? Advent Children 2005. thought I left school before 2005, but apparently not. 5. It was that year that I left school, actually, I'm sure. Because my birthday's in the August, I started school. I was like one of the older ones in my year. So I was able to leave like super early. I needed a job, guys. Someone got a job. But yeah, I will never ever forget the minute that I found out that there was a remake of Final Fantasy VII coming out. The excitement, man. The fucking excitement. Oh. And then I found out that they were doing it in parts. And at the point, like, I was genuinely sitting thinking, like, how old am I going to be when these finally come out? I actually remember as well, like, when it was coming out, like, it was announced that, oh, we're going to try and do it for, I think they were going to try and do it for, like, 2019? 28? I can't remember when they were going to try and do it. But then it changed and they were like, oh no, we're not going to do it for them, we're now going to do it for whenever it was. And then it just came out. Like, there was nothing. There was the demo that came out, which again I freaked out over. So the demo came out and then it was like there wasn't going to be anything for ages, and then suddenly they were like, oh yeah, we're going to release it in like 2 months or something. And it was right in the middle of COVID. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it because I was really, really, really sick at COVID. So maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But it honestly just felt like bam, 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 and it was out. And there was no, for me anyway, there was like no fucking warning. Or like it was very, very suddenly announced that they were going to be able to do it. Which was weird because like at the time there were so many places that were like, oh, we'll not be able to do, you know, whatever game it was that we're talking about because everyone was working from home and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Final Fantasy was like, yo, we got you guys. The Last of Us was came out as well at the time. Which, oh, I was excited about that. Well, Last of Us 2, sorry, is what I meant. I only played The Last of Us 1, like, 2019? I think is when I actually finally played Last of Us Part 1. I was really, really late to playing it. But it was a zombie game. I'm terrified of zombies. Terrified of zombies, but I'm totally sound to play, like, fucking Call of Duty Zombies was, like, the best. It was so good. Me, terrified of zombies, I'm like, let's play zombie games, let's go! But the fucking Last of Us, I was like, oh, no. I eventually did play it, and I loved it, obviously. Right, I have been avoiding doing her hand. I don't want to do her hand. I fucking hate doing hands. Which is why I probably should do more hands. Feel concentration coming out. Hold on. Brain gone. So yeah, I felt like it came out like really, really, really quick and sudden. But I wasn't complaining because at the time, again, it was during COVID and I was actually able to play it. So, I just hope that I get the same joy out of playing eventually the next one. But I do wonder where they're going to go with Zack. Because it really feels like, I don't know, it does feel like a cop-out if they bring Zack back. I kind of feel like what you were seeing was just a... Like, there's parts of me that's like, was that actually just like a flashback of seeing Zack? Or are they actually going to try and bring Zack back into it? I feel like they're going to make Zack more of a character because he is such a, like, a beloved part of Final Fantasy now, after Crisis Core for sure. So are they going to bring him back as, oh, let's have like a flashback and we'll do more scenes with Zack? Or is it literally just, like, what I mean is, are they going to let you play as Zack in Final Fantasy VII? Or is it just going to be some like quick flashback scenes where you see him, and that's what that scene was in the ending? I would actually need to go back and play it again because I can't remember exactly what happens in the end. I remember you're outside and you see like after the Sephiroth fight. And that's when you see Zack again. Or for the first time, anyway, in that game. So I'm really curious. And I'm going to have to wait a while. And avoid spoilers. Jesus Christ, that is going to be impossible. Right, so what we're doing with the glove now, I'm going to bring the glove to about... Oh, that's a really thick... I'm going to bring the glove maybe to about here instead. And I'm going to draw this little materia band thing instead. Oh, maybe a little bit further up actually. That comes a little bit further up the arm as well. That'll come right there. Right here. I'm also like, do I want to actually draw a materia band? Because the whole point of this is that she's kind of a more like stripped down version, so no armor, no, she's not got like the black top thing. Like she's just got the I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm doing. Like over here, she's got this white on, but she's not got the black under one on, and she's not got the arm guard on either. So it is a little bit more of a casual, a little bit more of a stripped down version. So do I want to put the materia band on is the question. I don't know. How does the materia band look? So it is like a, there's like a, does it go over her glove as well? Oh no, there's like the band, and then the glove starts and she's got like a bit of wire like wrapped around it. But yeah, it's like the band, and then there's like a strap that goes over it. Right. So the band goes down further. The band goes like all the way down to the glove. And then there's a strap over it here. Hello there, how are you doing? The drawing's going, it's going. It's actually going pretty good. And then there's like materia here. Are you, I'll probably say you are you a fan of Final Fantasy at all? You seem like the type of person that would definitely be into it. And then this goes like, yeah, because it's like a, Right, let's get the colour. I'll put the colour in. Put a colour underneath it anyway and see what it looks like. This will go beside the glove. There we go. Tifa always makes an impression. She's the best. Did you play the remake, or did you play the original one, or did because I kind of feel like, I don't know, I don't know how many people would agree with me. I feel like Tifa was a much different character in the remake than she was in the original one. She definitely made a much bigger impression on me in the remake. It might just be because of the graphics were so much better, but I do feel like there was a big difference in how her character was portrayed in the remake. She was a little bit more like, I don't know. I was a bit annoyed at first actually, because she was like this really, really super badass character in the original one, and then they brought in this one, the remake, and they kind of made her this like, I don't want to say airy fairy, but she was a little bit more of a lighter, you know, playful character, which I didn't feel was her character in the original, but I did like it. Oh yeah, she was just this badass, like fucking cool as fuck character. She's always been my favourite, like best girl. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the remake version of her. I don't know if I enjoy it better, but she's just a different type of character. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to play either of them, I would definitely play the original one first. It's superior by far. Superior? I don't know. Maybe because it's finished. And I've played it start to finish so many times, it does feel like it is like the better one. But probably just because I've played it so many times, I've not played the full remake yet. I feel like that will definitely make a difference. Right, let's do a little bit of this hand. Hands are hard. Right. That one's definitely going to be darker. The tips are going to be darker for all of them. Yeah, I mean the whole retro thing is, you know, that's your thing, man. That's that is your jam. That's and you definitely know so much about, like, the backdrop to your stream is so cool, having like all the retro games and that, and like all the wee bits and bobs that you have talking about retro games is just like, it's great. So I feel like if you're ever going to go back and play one, definitely play the original one. Although I think you can get it on the PC. I don't know if you're a PC gamer at all, but you can get it on the PC, which I am going to buy it for the PC as well. Just because I play more on PC than I do consoles these days. Wait, so we go. Yeah, so it would be a little bit more darker right in here. I'm just going to make this whole part darker because it's like right in the corner anyway. It's gotta be weird drawing fingers without nails. But yeah, so I will eventually play the next part of this game. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't fuck up. Wait, where the fuck will the knuckles be? We've got up here, and then we've got here will be some knuckle, and then here will be the other, what's it called? Joint. Here. 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 Is that? Yeah, right here. I actually bet that your backlog is massive. There is so many games that are sitting in your back. Like, out of the ones that are sitting like behind you, like, how many have you actually played out of the ones that are sitting behind you? Like every single time I've tuned into your stream, that's all I've been thinking is like, how many games has he not actually played? Is it like me? is there so many games that it's just like sitting there, not being played yet? And no, 7's not the only one that I've played. 10 is actually my favourite game, like hands down. Out of probably all the games I've played, 10 is my favourite. And I really enjoy 8. I've played some of 12, some of 13, some of 14. And I did get a version of 1, which I played for a bit. One of my sister's friends actually managed to, she got it. Can't remember when she got it or why she got it, but she got it. And we played it when I was, I must have been about, still in primary school anyway when I played that one. So I would actually really like to go back and play 1 through to 6. And I've got 9 sitting there for the PlayStation 1, which I haven't played yet. And I would like to play that one. But no, 10, I think my favourites goes 10, 7, 8. And then the bits of the other ones that I've played. Have you played any other of the Final Fantasy games, or is it just like kind of dipping your toes into some of them? This... Oh, that's too narrow. I can feel my concentration coming out again. How does that look? Right, I need to darken down just here and here. I also probably won't speak too much about 7 whilst you're here actually, because I mean, I imagine being in the kind of game space, you've probably heard all the spoilers about it anyway, or the main spoilers. But I'll keep most of the spoilers out of it. Because it is like, when you go and actually play it, if you ever do, I mean, I'm talking about if you know, going back and playing it, but if you do, I do highly recommend it. It is good if you're already thinking about it anyway. Right, I'm going to work a little bit on the glove so that the fingers make more sense in like my head. Oh, hand. I sometimes find that something looks weird until you fix the rest of the stuff that's kind of around about it. And then the whole drawing starts to make sense once you get to that point. Because whilst I've been sitting drawing this, I've been sitting looking at the fingers and I'm like, God, they look like such stubby little fingers. But there's a reason for it. Probably actually need to make the top a little bit darker underneath it as well. Just like in here. I've got like a little screen down here where I'm reading chat, but I'll go to the big screen for this. I am surprised that you've actually managed to dodge spoilers, because at like any gaming website I've been on, any gaming thread that I've seen, if Final Fantasy is mentioned, that's it. There's spoilers, especially for 7 anyway, because it is like the biggest one. 25 to 30. Man, so do you have like the original PlayStation 1 versions of... I actually don't know what 1 to 6 were on. I think 6 was definitely PlayStation. Final Fantasy 1. What was it played on? Oh, it was the NES. Cool. So was 1 to 5 then on the NES? Yes, NES. Okay. And then I think 6 was on the PlayStation 1. 7, 8, 9 were all PlayStation 1, and then 10 to 13 were PS2. 12 was 13 PS3. I can't remember. But yeah, have you got like all the original versions of them? Because 7 and 8 go for mega bucks online for like a totally unopened, like totally sealed version of the game. I managed to get very, very inexpensive ones because some nutter in cash converters didn't realise that they were so expensive and just put them out. It was like £4 or something like that. It's great. So yeah, question. Do you have like the original versions, or is it like kind of pre-owned and opened? But yeah, I'll definitely avoid spoilers for that. So I'll hide my little warning on my screen. I want to change the playlist soon to... I don't think I'm on this playlist actually. Oh, I've got ages left of this playlist. I'm keeping this playlist on then. Fuck it, it's a good playlist. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2. 10, 2 was terrible. Dirge of Cerberus, that is a game that I have not played and I want to play it so bad, but I think it was only like released in where was the Dirge of Cerberus released? Because I can remember not being able to play it. PlayStation 2? What the fuck? Why did I not play that then? 11 was online, I think. I'm sure I downloaded 11 to try and play it. But yeah, I will be entirely impressed if you have all the original PlayStation ones. Because they are quite hard to come across these days. Right, so we have her glove's not going to be that tight on her. Is her glove, right, her glove's leather. So I probably want to do this a little bit darker. Yeah, so Dirge of Cerberus was a game that I can always remember getting, like, real miffed that I was never able to play it. And I thought it came out on, like, PlayStation Portable or something. But it said online that it came out on PlayStation 2, so I am mad that I've not played it. Because if I've not played it, thinking that I couldn't play it, man, means I can play it now though. So how does her, right. So there's a metal plate that goes, oh no, let's try that again. There's a metal plate over this part of her hand. A metal plate right beside the knuckles. So this actually has to come over a bit. I can feel my whole body like moving around trying to get the angles for this. There's metal plates here, a metal plate here, and there's one here, and one on our thumb as well. It was Crisis Core, right? Yeah. So, I couldn't remember which one because I've not played Dirge of Cerberus before. I've not played Crisis Core before. I have it sitting there. I will play it. I will. Promise. Eventually, we'll play it. Embarrassment to Final Fantasy fans. But yeah, that was the one that I couldn't play was Crisis Core, and I remember getting like really really upset because I couldn't play it. Oh fuck! I've done this on the wrong layer. Right, again. Yeah, I remember getting really, really mad about not being able to play Crisis Core. I've got it sitting there, like the remake of it, and I need to play it because it did. It got a remake, and I have it. I got it for my Christmas. I actually my dad had said like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And I begged him for it because I was so desperate to play it, and then I've never played it. I'm just waiting for the time off because I know it's the type of game that I'm going to get into and I'm going to play it and I'm not going to want to put it down. Because it's about a character in Final Fantasy VII that you don't really, in the original game, you don't really get to meet the character all that much. So it's a character that I definitely want to explore a little bit more. So yeah, it's something that's why the hell did I not play Dirge of Cerberus then? That's a game that I feel like I should have played if I could have played it. If it was PlayStation 2 anyway, I should have been able to play it. I don't know why I've not done it. I have a cat snoring in the background, and I don't know if anyone can hear her, but she's very cute. I want to get like a cat snoring microphone so everyone can just hear it. She's so goddamn cute. So yeah, that is definitely a game that I want to play. Soon. Just waiting for time off. I don't know when my next time off is that I'm going to be able to play it. Probably August. I'll play in August. Oh, I fucking love Pokemon. So, I played Pokemon when I was a kid. Obviously, I was obsessed with Pokemon. Do you know what's really funny? Me and my friends were talking about this recently. There was these lollipops that you got in the 90s or early 2000. No, it was definitely the 90s because I was young at the time, and there was these lollipops that you got in the shop like round the corner from where I used to like where I grew up, and they had like it was like a thin lollipop stick, and there was a Pokemon, there was a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, a Jigglypuff, Pikachu, like little toy, and then it was a lollipop that was over the toy, and you had to like eat the lollipop to get to the toy. And I remembered these so vividly, and no one that I know can remember it. But they were in the 90s, and I actually googled it and I found them. I actually found a box of them online. I didn't buy them because if they are from the 90s, I'm not I'm not getting them. But I just remember these lollipops so vividly. Oh yeah, 100%. But anyway, no, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. So, for my Nintendo 64, I have Pokemon Stadium, which was was the Pokemon game, obviously, and you could go on, you could battle your friends and stuff, and they had like they had a tournament mode, and you could go and either battle your friends or you could battle AI, or there was a games area, and I remember like the Licky Tongue, you could go and like get sushi, and there was like a Rattata one where you had to like race the Rattata, and I still have it. I've got my Nintendo. I've still got the Pokemon Stadium game, and I have an adapter for my for the controller, that I could put Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow into it, and you could play Red, Blue, or Yellow on the big screen. Or on the big screen. I mean, it was tiny at the time, but it was so much better. You could speed the game up. It doesn't like to work, and actually there was a few times where it just like totally cut out and like mid game, and you were like in the middle of a mine or something, and it was like nope, which sucked so bad. But it was honestly one of my favourites. It's still one of my favourites. I still actually, if I'm playing Pokemon, because I don't have a Game Boy, like an actual Game Boy, I have a Game Boy Advance, but the screen on that's terrible. So if I'm playing Pokemon, it's normally red, blue, or yellow, because I have all of them, and I will play it on the big screen because it's too difficult to see it on the actual Game Boy. Although I saw there's a guy online that does that refurbs Game Boys and stuff. The one that I saw, he refurbed this Game Boy and then he fitted like a new screen and stuff, so you could like see the screen like super bright. And I was like, oh, I wonder how much he charges for this. Probably a lot, I imagine. Is her hand too long? I think her hand's too long. Ah, fuck it. It's fine. I said I don't have to sweat over this drawing, isn't it? there's no deadlines or anything for it. Yeah, I don't think that I would be able to do that myself. But no, I think if I am just going to be playing Pokemon, I'll probably end up just playing it on the big screen, because I have a TV. The TV that I've got like in my living room it doesn't have the aerial socket on it, and I know you can get adapters and things, but I have a TV, and it was the original TV that I got with the original Nintendo 64, and it is sitting in a cupboard in my bedroom, and it just never leaves that cupboard. Until I play the Nintendo 64. I don't actually have that many games for it anymore. I still have my original Super Mario 64 base game. I still have my original Diddy Kong Racing. Those are the ones that I play anyway. I do have a few more games. I'm sure I've got... Do I have a Zelda? I'm sure I've got a Zelda for it. I can't remember. I'm sure I do anyway. Oh, the recording for this drawing's probably 2 hours. Yeah, I'm going to stop that recording and start a new one so it doesn't crash. Oh, it doesn't crash my computer. Krita actually crashed my PC last night. I was very upset. But I don't know if it was Krita or because I was trying to open a drone that's massive. I might actually get my Nintendo 64 out soon again. It's been a while since I played it. I sat down last year, I think, and went through Diddy Kong Racing again. And I always get to a point in Diddy Kong Racing where I'm like, right, okay, I have now done X, Y, and Z, and I have the water levels left. And I stop. Because I cannot control that fucking hovercraft to save my life. I don't know if anyone else in chat has actually played Diddy Kong fucking Racing. So good. I actually remember getting my stepdad to play things for me on Diddy Kong Racing when I was a kid because I just couldn't do it. Best stepdad ever. Let me move these up a little bit. Excuse me. I've been talking so much today at work as well. Really? That's, do you know, I've not actually heard anyone else talk so, like, talk highly of a Nintendo 64. I mean, it's generally one of my favourites as well. It's so good. Oh, you need to play Diddy Kong Racing. If you can find one online, find it and play it. If not, I will give you a loan of Diddy Kong Racing. It's so fucking good. I'll obviously not say towns, but are you still close by? Are you still where you were? Because I will absolutely give you a loan of it. And you know, I bet you'll play it and you'll be like, God, this game's actually shit. I feel like I've been on this glove for so goddamn long. Oh, that was my hand that just cracked. I think for ease, I'm going to put these on a different layer. Have I actually ever got this far through this playlist? I don't think I have, because I tend to get to a certain point in the playlist and change it again. Alright, no, I don't live there anymore. I moved out to the next town over. But I'm close by anyway. So if you can't find a Diddy Kong Racing online, I will give you my copy to play. Because it's so good. Or I'm just having a tangerine break. I have never actually played the Sega Saturn before. I'm a disappointment to all 90s gamers. Was that 90s? That wasn't the 90s, was it? Was it Sega Saturn? It was the 90s. Sorry. It was the 90s. Yeah. Disappointment. I am a disappointment. I should probably learn to eat properly before stream. No, so there's a lot of things from early gaming that I've not played, and I'm trying to get like more of the like classic older games played, because there's so many ones. I mean, like, see all the Resident Evil ones. I've not played any of the earlier Resident Evils. In fact, the only Resident Evil that I've played was Village. I know, like, the story and everything like that, but that is the only game that I have played, and I refuse point blank to ever play 7 because I've seen footage of it and it's fucking terrifying. Or just bits and bobs. I'm not a collector of that type of. My collections are more on the dice and anime. that's where my love goes. My money and my love goes to anime. So no, I don't collect games. I wish that I did. No, I don't. No, I don't, because that's just a lot of money. Actually, let's do... Yeah, that's better. So no, I don't like games. I would quite like to play more of them, but maybe not collect them. You'll know yourself it is a shit ton of money. See, I was never all that into board games until I dated my now ex, because him and his friends were super into it. Did I actually want to do that colour? No. Yeah, him and his friends were like super into playing board games and stuff, so I started playing board games when I was dating that guy. But since splitting up with him, I've not played really any board games since, so probably just matter of circumstance with that one. D&D, however, I have played a lot of D&D. I created my own world on D&D because I DM'd for a bunch of people. So I created my own world and played in that world for a long time. I don't know if you follow on any of my like Instagram or that, but there is pictures of the map. I drew a map of the world that I created. I'm very proud of it. I think I'll always be proud of that, even though like I don't DM anymore, just because there was just far too much going on at the time and never had time for it, unfortunately. That it sounds like I'm totally like plugging things like, oh, go and check out my social media. You don't have to, but if you did, they are up there. So yeah, I was really into D&D for a very long time, and I still am. Like I still love all things D&D. I just don't play it anymore, unfortunately. But it's a totally different experience playing like games like D&D than playing role-playing like computer games or console games. Oh, cool. You have to let me know which one that is, because I don't know. I tend to follow back the people that I do know, so I might have you on that. But yeah, anime is my jam. I could talk about anime for days, weeks. Like most of my streams are filled with anime talk and anime, you know, things in the background. Although actually, no, there's only 2 things back there that are not anime related. But I'm a big loser for anime. What kind of anime is it that you watch? You said you're quite particular about it. Is it like a specific genre that you like, or like a specific like type of mood? Because I know that there is some anime that I have to be in the mood to watch a specific type of anime. But I know that there is people that will only watch anime to, like, if it's, I don't know, they'll only watch shonen, or they'll only watch horror or something like that. I've actually not seen all that many horror animes recently. I think the last horror anime that I watched was probably Blood Sea, which was really, really, really good. I've not watched the movie yet though, because they had it on Funimation and then they took the movie down. Man, I want to watch Blood Sea again. That was such a good show. It was only like 10 episodes or something. That was great. I am in the mood to watch some more horror. I need to have a look on Funimation and see what's there. This tangerine is so good. I'm sorry to be eating on camera, but it's so tasty. And I'm so hungry. The straightness of this line is annoying me. Where's my glove? The glove at least makes my hand slide easier over the screen. I can feel the concentration mode coming. Right, that's straighter. Okay. You know, I'm not surprised actually. that's the type of anime, the area of time that you watch anime. Because in your love for retro games, it makes sense that you'll love I'm saying retro anime, like like 80s and 90s is retro. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. No, there is a certain like charm to shows at that time. A lot of the ones that I watch are the more kind of up to date ones these days. Just because they're much more easily accessible to watch. Because I find that the older back you go, the harder it is to actually find somewhere that will have them on their streaming service. And it just tends to be easier for myself to watch those ones. Cat just sneezed. I feel like I've been on this glove for so long already. How long have we been here? 2.5. You not seen Shippuden? Oh, you're missing out. I mean, Studio Ghibli's amazing. I'm a big fan of just, I will sit down and have like whole nights of just sitting watching Studio Ghibli. But, sorry, excuse me. Sorry. Naruto Shippuden, honestly, is such a good, like, I know that a lot of people won't watch the rest of Naruto because of the filler in it, and I absolutely 100% understand that some people don't want to watch that. because there is a lot of filler in Naruto. There is filler in Shippuden as well, but it's just, I always feel like the filler that's in Shippuden is worth the watch, whereas I struggled to watch the Naruto filler, and eventually I skipped a bunch of filler in Naruto just to get to Shippuden. Oh. My chat screen is about to die. So I absolutely recommend Shippuden if it's still like on your list to watch. How am I going to do this now? Ooh, Tokyo Godfathers. What's that? Tokyo Godfathers. I think I can kind of imagine what it's about. Oh, that art style is really cool. Like the animation of that. Where can I watch it though? Ooh, it's on Amazon. If it's on Amazon, I can totally watch it. I have Amazon. There we go. But yeah, watch. Definitely go through the filler. I know it can be quite hard to get through some of the filler because there is just so much. But I 100% recommend it. It is long though. I think it's like 420 episodes. Or round about that. I'm probably just thinking 420 to be honest. But there is a bunch of episodes in Shippuden, but I wholeheartedly recommend it. I'll put that onto my list to watch, because that sounds pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of tragic comedies that I've seen that I could, if you like that type of thing, to recommend. But nah, most of the ones that I've been watching have been more up to date, kinda. I've been watching a lot of slice of life. I love slice of life. They are horrendously cheesy, but slice of life if you're in the mood is brilliant. And I've been in the mood for slice of life. I am. I love sitting down and watching. If I can find, I don't care really what genre or what media it's under. If it's a good film, I will absolutely sit down and I will watch pretty much anything. Because to be honest, if you spend a lot of time alone, you tend to watch a lot of, movies and stuff anyway. Which I do, so. Oh, they're on there. Okay. That lasted for so long. And that last slice is really sour. Oh my goodness. That was good though. Ooh. Do you have an idea of what you're doing this Friday? Do you have like a schedule of movies that you play on it? Or is it just kind of to sit down on the night and be like, let's watch this? Because that sounds like a blast. Oh, that's okay. I thought someone was at my door, but they're not. It's never good in the town that I live in when you hear your door go. You never know who it's going to be. This is a song that sounds like it's from the Resident Evil movie, from Tom and Dandy. Three movies from 9 PM. What time do you stay up till? That sounds like a really, really long night. Should definitely have a Ghibli night one night. But of course I'm going to suggest Ghibli. There's actually, you know, just taking away like Ghibli, the amount of anime movies that you can get are so good. I don't know if you've seen a film called Your Name. It's like such a huge film. So good if you're interested. In those types of in anime movies anyway. That one, and there's Weathering with You, who's the same guy, the Silent Voice. Although these are actually more like, these are very, very emotional movies, so maybe not good for a watch party. That's actually really good. I mean, generally, if you're sitting on a watch party with your like friends in person, there's always one person that falls asleep as well. So yeah, I mean, if you're probably not good for a watch party, but if you like those types of movies, I would absolutely recommend Your Name for sure is one of the bigger ones. And I would be more than happy to talk more about Your Name forever. Cat, do you mind? I wonder if you can see the cat. There's a cat in my curtain. Olaf, do you mind? Come on, don't pull the curtain down. Just put it up. She's a crazy cat. Hold on. 2 seconds. Come on, cat. Come on. Out the curtain. Come on. Olaf. There we go. Good girl. Oh, the joys of cats. She's been in that curtain so much since I put it up, and I'll only put it up on Monday. But yeah, I could talk about Your Name for days. It's just so good. Nice. You should definitely do a shit horror night. That's something that me and my friends like to do. Shit horror. So horror movies that either are meant to be good or are meant to be scary and are absolutely not scary. So when I have always been a bit of a wuss when it comes down to scary movies. I'm terrified of really scary things, but so when I was like a teenager, I would always find movies that were not scary but were horror movies. Yep, that sounds like the type of like there's the Velocipaster. That's one that I want to watch. And I think it's about a pastor who either fights alongside a velociraptor or he is a velociraptor or he fights a velociraptor. It's something about a passer and a velociraptor anyway. It looks actually brilliant, and that is one that I want to watch. Me and my friends watched the Killer Pinata. That is something else. So shit horror nights are the best. I love a shit horror night. God, that Killer Pinata, man. But then there is movies that are kind of meant to be scary and they just miss the mark completely. Or they don't miss the mark. I kind of feel so. For me, it's films like Dog Soldiers. Fucking amazing film. Like, it's such a good film. It's meant to be a horror, but it's not horror. Like, it kind of misses the terrifying mark, but it's a really fucking good film. That and like, well, Cabin in the Woods again. I feel like Cabin in the Woods was meant to be a horror film. It was meant to be like kind of a comedy horror. Brilliant film as well. But those types of movies anyway. The ones that are, you know, Dog Soldiers, best. Tape. I mean, I've got it on DVD. Did I have it on tape? I don't think I had it on tape. I think because the DVD that I've got was my sister's DVD that I stole. And it's the same DVD since we were kids. So we were in the Army Cadets. And we used to go camping all the time with the Army Cadets. And at the time, that's when we discovered Dog Soldiers, is before we went for a camp with the Army Cadets, and I was absolutely petrified to go on this what's it called? This camping trip, because it was just so terrifying. Now, not just, like, as I said, Dog Soldiers, it's not terrifying. It is still scary, but it's not terrifying. But at the time, I was petrified of werewolves, and sitting in the middle of a wood, at like, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're doing like night exercises and things like that. That was terrifying. And I mean, obviously the rifles that we had were blanks. Like, they were drill rifles, so you couldn't even shoot them. But oh man, that was terrifying. I remember going back and watching the outtakes. I watched the bloopers and I watched the making of, because those made it less scary for me. What is it? But yeah, Dog Soldier, best. Such a good film. And it is actually a film that I look back with like such nostalgia. And when I do look back at it, I'm like, yeah, Becca, this isn't actually that scary. Why did this scare you? I feel like there would be a couple of little creases that come out of her boob here. Also, this is one that I know for a fact that I'm definitely not going to do a spicy version of it. Because I know that I'm going to struggle to draw her hand on her boob like this. Ginger snaps, that's just like that's my high school. That's exactly how my high school went. Cats, I will murder you. Come on. I wonder if you can see this bloody cat. No, you can't. Oh, she's here. Hello. She's a hyper little kitty tonight. I haven't watched Ginger Snaps though. Ginger Snaps. Just like, as soon as you look at it, it just looks like fucking Buffy. Like the style of it. Who was in it? Oh, I actually don't know any of their names. Hungry Like the Wolf. Please tell me Duran Duran done a like, they were featured on this. That looks fun. I'm gonna watch the trailer after this. I don't really think I watched all that many teen horrors. Because like most of the time, like most of the things that we watched when we were teenagers was like The Ring and The Descent and all that sort of stuff. That's like the kind of horrors that we watched when I was a kid. Well, when I was a teenager even. And I feel like that would be the type of movie that you would have watched as a teenager. Like, when you first watched that, did you watch it as a teenager, or did you watch that, like, as an adult when you first watched that? Probably to work on this next. Oh, I hope you didn't actually hear that on camera, on the mic. I just cracked on my hand. Oh, that was good. Right, we're on this layer. Okay. My face is annoying me. This, yeah, okay. Let me see. Let's lighten up this so it makes it a bit easier for me to see the background colour. There we go. It makes it much easier. Right. Trying to give this a bit more shape. And my cats have given up trying to take down my curtain. I'm very proud of my curtain. I do need to sew it though. Yeah, I mean, The Ring's just, I mean, I watched the original one, and I watched so I was a little goth when I was in high school, and of course, like, as a goth, you should be able to watch these scary films and not get scared. And I remember like forcing myself to watch films like The Ring and stuff like that because, oh well, I was a goth, so of course I'm meant to. I was a teenager, right? I was young. I remember watching it and shitting myself so fucking rough. It was so scary. Back then, anyway. I mean, see now, I still get a little bit scared when I watch stuff like The Ring, but it was like whenever I play Dead by Daylight, my main killer is either Freddy Krueger or what the fuck's her name? The Ring girl. I want to say Samara, but I don't think it's Samara. It is Samara. So yeah, Samara or Freddy are my like main killers. And she's so fun to play. So when she trolls at the TV though, and then when she kills people, it's so terrifying. Fun though. But no, I remember being absolutely terrified of her when I actually watched it. I can feel my concentration face coming out again. Hi, cat. How are you? I feel like Lulu's about to try and jump on my knee again. There we go. Never thought I was going to get that. Really? So, everyone that I've spoke to about Dead by Daylight, they either love it or hate it. A lot of people just don't like how it's like... It is a very, very repetitive game. Because, well, you know, you play as the killer. Or you play as, you know, the survivors, and it's the same, like, over and over and over again, is the complaints that I've heard from people. And I totally get that. It's just not some people's jam. I do thoroughly enjoy it. It was a very well played game. Played it many, 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 many hours. Not as much as... Has he actually said his name proper? I don't know. Hammond, anyway. I'm actually going to... I think there would be like a casing around this. And let's... Oh, shit. Let's do this and this. Right, there we go. How often do I stream? Sorry, my concentration goes off the fucking rails sometimes when I'm trying to do these things. I stream twice a week. It is going to be a little bit more coming up because I am going to add in some game streams as well. I just wanted to get used to being back on stream again because it's been a few years. So yeah, I stream every Wednesday and every Saturday. I did stream on... Oh, I need that colour actually. I streamed on Thursday last week because I was working from home. So I thought, well, I might as well do it on the Thursday plus I'm already working from home. And it was... I ended up super, super sick on Saturday night. Friday night. Thursday night! Oh my god. Which sucked. I was very upset that I was so ill. I woke up on Friday and I was like, oh, that's why I was feeling like shit yesterday. I was sick. But no, it's Wednesdays at 6:30 and then Saturdays at 7. Which is actually when I tune into your streams as well, because pretty much as soon as I finish my stream, I jump onto your stream and say hi. Right. I think that... Yeah, because if you are putting materia into something like that, there is going to be a socket in there that you have to put it into. There we go. I am trying to go for affiliate, yes. It is proving difficult to try and get the... Because I've been stuck like under, like between 40 and 50 for like... In fairness, I've only been streaming for a month. But I'm sitting at that, at the between 40 and 50 mark, and it's difficult to get past it. But that is the plan. Eventually get into affiliate. Because I mean, I actually just really enjoy streaming. I did a wee while back. I streamed. I started streaming when Hammond started streaming as well. But I stopped after a couple of months because life kind of got in the way. Which sucks now. Oops. Because if I just kept going, but yeah, right now it's trying to get to affiliate is my goal. I'm trying to figure out how to get goals on your About You page. I'm very new. I also feel it's kind of difficult when you're streaming something like art, because there's a lot of people who don't really care about watching art. I love watching art streams. It's actually one of the things I watch the most is either game or art streams. I love watching art streams. I love watching Phasmophobia streams more though. I don't know if you've ever played Phasmophobia before. It is a cracking game if you haven't. Yeah, so with the About Me page, I mean, I'm because I do art, I'm trying to bring in my art aspect into it, like, and I'm going to be drawing a bunch of like the icons and stuff like that. I will get around to doing that eventually. It is hard though, because the About You page is like, oh, there's so much to it. I can't remember what is on your About You page. I would quite like to see that. Yeah, emotes as well. That's something that I want to. I've actually got sitting in my folders. I have like emotes that I'm working on to bring into the stream. I've just not finished them yet, and I'm trying to get them the size that you need them for emotes as well. But I found out a way to do that, to resize my drawings to make them emotes. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But I would really appreciate the help. But don't feel obliged. But I would really appreciate that. Cat, what you doing? This cat, she's giving me stress. Oh, you know, vodka's great and all, but water's better. Right, this colour. That's not what I meant to do. I actually feel that this would be light still. Not that light. I don't like that colour. Nope. There we go. This colour. This is better. And then the dark and here. Really? So I mean, I'm not. I started drinking a lot more in December for totally other reasons. But I mean, I always absolutely commend people, like, salute to you, sir, for doing that. It's... yeah, well done, is what I'm trying to say, for managing that. Is it like dry January that you're doing at all? Or just cause? Alright, I want these to be this colour. It's actually a very personal question. Don't feel obliged to actually answer that. I just realised that that's probably not something you would want to answer, so don't feel obliged to answer that question. And then the light colour on this side. Oh, that's not the colour I want. There. I have discovered a couple of very, very nice tasting, I don't even know if you're allowed to talk about alcohol on stream or not. My boss got me some beverages for Christmas that were very, very, very tasty, and I've been obsessed ever since. I still don't really know what you're allowed to speak about on stream. I did almost show a dirty part of a picture, like a drawing that I was doing, on stream on Saturday. Luckily I hadn't done the thing that I was checking for. I hadn't done it yet, thankfully, because if I had, that would have been good. Right, I want to do some stitching on this drawing. I'm really sorry to hear that you've been in bad health, but I mean, it's good that something is helping. Yeah, talking about most things probably fine. I don't have to worry about sponsors or anything like that, at least. But no, I'm sorry that you've been in bad health. But I'm really, really glad to hear that at least stopping the drink has helped a little bit. It certainly couldn't help anyway. But I'm glad it is. Thing is, like, if you're in bad, like, if you've had like a bit of a, I'm watching you. Like, these things do take time, so stick to it. If it is helping, then stick to it. That's awesome. Cat, I will murder you. I will murder you and your whole family. I obviously don't mean that. Considering that I am family. But yeah, stick to it. That's awesome that it is helping. I love my cat immensely, but I worked very hard on this curtain. And the last thing I want is for the cat to tear it down, because it will probably tear down most of my ceiling as well if it does. Jesus fucking Christ. I actually put, so when I'm not streaming, I put the curtain, like I pin it back to the wall so that it's out the way, because it is obviously massive in my living room. So I pin it back so that, you know, there's nice space in my living room. But I took it down early tonight so that the cats can get used to it. I literally put it up on Monday, so they're not quite used to it yet. But I was hoping that they would leave it alone during stream. But I think that was a pipe dream. Come on. Oh, come on, this drawing's only 1.4 gig. I don't know if it's because I've got so much, like, big applications running just now. Cat. Why did I get cats? I was really hoping to cheat the system here with this copying and pasting, but I don't think it's not the right orientation. Lulu, I'm watching you. Cat. In the drawing or in the curtain? I do like to put the small details in drawings. If you are talking about the drawing, I much prefer having, yeah. I like to add things that don't need to be there, but for me, it makes the drawing better for me, if I'm looking at these little details and stuff. I probably won't do it much in this drawing, probably the blanket. I like to go around the edges of all the, what do you call them, like fluffy type of clothing, and give it fluff rather than just leave it as like a solid line, because when you're looking at it from a distance, having that like kind of like diffused line makes it look so much better. And then the stitching just always adds like a wee bit of depth to it. But you can imagine, it's fantastic for my hand. My hand loves it when I do stitching. Not as much as it loves when I do hair. I don't know if you've seen how I draw hair, but I do it like strand by strand. My hand loves that. It's why there's only like a little tiny part of this hair that's done, because that's going to take me so long. And doing that part on stream isn't the most exciting part. This song always reminds me of Seven Deadly Sins, because it sounds very much like the composer's, like Hiroyuki Sawano. It sounds a lot like one of the songs that he does for it. That or Blue Exorcist. Two very good animes, if anyone is interested. It was not so much Seven Deadly Sins with the animation quality, and it was only one season that was bad. Oh yeah, 100%. You'll see me every now and again just like twisting my wrist because it's getting sore for sitting in the same position for so long. It's worth it. It's worth it in the end. It looks so good when it's done. Blowing my own trumpet and all that. It does though. Like see like when you get to the end of a drawing and you can see where the extra like time you've taken, you can see where that goes, and it just makes you feel so good about yourself, or it makes me feel so good about myself anyway. Oh my god, is that? Didn't even notice I've been live for 3 hours now. Thanks so much for chatting, by the way. I really appreciate that, because it's it definitely makes time fly much faster. It's really nice to chat. Oops. Am I the wrong pen? Oh no, wrong colour. Let's make this like this, but with more hue. A little bit brighter. No, absolutely. I always really appreciate lurkers anyway. As you'll know, lurkers are the backbone. So I do really appreciate you chatting. And if I'm still here, then yeah, please feel free to chat again. Enjoy your food as well. It's it's getting late, so enjoy. And if he's lurking, I can go back to talking about Final Fantasy. You okay, cat? I swear to God, this cat just keeps following ghosts around his house. Like, see, after playing so much Phasmophobia, it's got me so paranoid about what my cat is actually seeing. Because Jesus Christ, that game is terrifying. Do I want to make this shine? I don't know if I want to make this like a shiny material, because I could put like a shine around it. Oh, I forgot I've got it rotated. Right. I want to make this a little bit bigger so I can put a little bit more detail. And it's come over there. Yeah, that's better. And then move this right to the center. Yeah, I want to put a little bit more detail because this is like this thing's like kind of encapsulating it. So I want to make it look a little bit more like this is actually inside this rather than I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. My cat is in the bathroom. she's not the brightest cat in the litter, literally. She generally when you go through, she's like scooping the ear and stuff. She's not very smart. I love my cat very much, but Jesus. Is that about the same size? No, a little bit bigger. It's about the same size. Doesn't have to be perfect. What the hell is my brain saying? Yeah, so I need to put in a little bit more detail for the thing that is meant to be sitting like encapsulating it. So I want to put a little bit more detail on that. I really like her lips. Maybe not that she does have like a little bit of ducky going on, so I need to change that. But I like the colour, and I think I'm going to take that colour and put it into Juvia because I'm really, really, really struggling with Juvia's lips. Are you okay, honey? Let me make you a bed up here. Yeah. Best cat. Well, I mean, of course they're both best cats. Oh, that's a bit too much on the blur. I'm so zoomed into this just now. I hope this is interesting for you guys. So I'm really intrigued to hear the fact that what Project Bureau was saying. By the way, if you like retro games and stuff like that, please go follow him because he's fantastic. He's so heavily into like retro games and gaming in general. So if you are into that sort of stuff, like go follow him. He's really knows his stuff. But yeah, he was sitting saying there about the fact that it's I'm going to darken down this just a tiny little bit on this side here, just because this is like the dark side of it. The fact that it was Crisis Core that was on the PSP and not Dirge of Cerberus, because I thought it was Dirge of Cerberus, and that was why I never played it, because I didn't have a PSP. So I'm really excited to hear about the fact that it was the that I can actually go and play Dirge of Cerberus now, because I can just buy that online. Yes. Right. Let's go and probably right round. Oops, that's too big. Right around in here. Oh, this song just gives me like, oh. I don't think that is what I'm going for. Oh, it kind of is. I fucking love this song. I think out of all the songs that I've been listening to, like, this one does it for me. Shite. It is just like that deep, like, throatiness of it. It's just... You know what I mean. It's a very satisfying song to listen to. I like it very much. There we go. That at least will make it look a little bit more raised up. Could I make it just a little bit smaller? 10 to 10. Do I want to... I'll just have some more. I was wondering if I wanted to pour myself another spicy beverage, but... See, that looks better with... Yeah, there we go. And get the darker shade. Just round the edge. Oh, that looks much better. It was actually really nice chatting to Project Bureau. It's someone I know IRL. So it was good having a catch up. Just going to do a little bit more of a shade down here. I can feel myself getting to the point of the evening, with it being the Wednesday stream, that I'm starting to commentate more on what I'm doing, rather than chatting. I find it gets to that point on the Wednesday night where it's just doing the commentating rather than chatting more about the stuff. It's a school night, guys. It's a school night. For me, anyway. I don't want that. Let's... can I make this smaller? How does this blend? Oh, that blends actually really nicely like that. I mean, not nicely, but it's fine. It has enough for me at the moment. And let's just bring in like proper highlight there. Oh, that looks good. Do you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to cheat. And I am going to take this and I'm going to copy. Oh, no, wrong one. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to move this here. And just be a total cheer. And then I can remove this. Oh no, that is what I want to do, yeah. Brain like total gone there. Right, let's deselect this and reselect this gem, because this gem is the perfect size. Why does it look smaller? No, that's just my imagination. And then we can... Okay, and then we just have to do this gem now. Let's say that for a second. Oh my god, my shoulders! Ah. I think I need to do a little bit more highlight to the top of this band, just right right in the middle. That was a hiccup, I'm sorry. Let's bring the darkness back in. This is my old goth self. Bring the darkness in. Yeah, I was a total goth in high school. It was great. I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to finish this gem and then end, because I am getting to the point where I am really, really sleepy now, and I can feel myself kind of dragging down a little bit. So let's I think I'm actually about time for tonight. Yeah, past. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to leave this here. That gem can be finished next time, probably, because my Saturday stream obviously will be coming up. Oh, I'll put this up on the screen actually so that we can see where I am. There we go. Yeah, I've still not fixed my glove, by the way. It's still like absolutely massive. Yeah, so my Saturday stream will be continuing with this drawing. So I was struggling with Juvia. I was struggling on trying to get and actually with Tifa's face. I'm not the biggest fan of Tifa's face on this drawing, so I will be changing that. But I was really, really struggling with Juvia. I couldn't get her lips right, and that hand was in a really weird position. I knew what I was trying to do in my head, and then when I actually tried to do it, I didn't like how I did the hand. So it just didn't transpire onto, paper what I was trying to do, which happens quite often. So I'll work on Juvia in the background a little bit. I really enjoyed working on Tifa tonight. The other Tifa that I did, really, really not keen on it. I'm really, really not happy with how the last Tifa came out. So I need to work on her a little bit in the background as well. So whilst I'm doing that, I will do this one as well. And I will do Saikuno as well. That's something that I want to do. But I think on Saturday specifically, I'm going to work on this Tifa. And try and get her finished. Maybe not finished, because that hair is going to take so fucking long. We'll see. And then fix her face a little bit. I feel like she's too pointed here. I think she's got a very pointy face. And in fairness, this drawing didn't actually start as Tifa. This drawing, when I was doing the line art for it, was meant to be a sexy Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's, because of course the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie had just come out, so I was like, oh, I'll do a drawing, and I was going to do a sexy Chica. Kind of based on James Farr. Did a fantastic animation of Jacksepticeye's playthrough of Five Nights at Freddy's, and the Chica that he in I think it's FNAF 2. Chica's like this sexy, she's got the cupcake, and it's just the way that James Farr drew her. Is Chica her? I don't know. Has this been attached to this bowl this whole stream? I hope not. The way that James Farr drew Chica was very, sexy and stuff. It was so I was basing, and I did a pencil drawing of that whilst I was trying to figure out how to draw. It was one of the earlier ones that I did was I drew James Farr's Chica. So when the new FNAF movie came out, I was like, oh, I want to draw a sexy Chica, and this was what this drawing was going to be. It was going to be Chica, and it turned into Tifa eventually, because I was like, do you know what, I didn't know. I was like, do I draw Chica as a bird person, or do I just draw Chica as Chica with do I draw her with a beak, or do I just draw her as just a normal person? Oh, that song ended. We are about to end stream anyway, so I'll just put a song on just to oh, do you know what I'm going to put on? I'm going to put on that deep bassy one that went right the way through my head to the tips of my toes, What the fuck was it called? Oh, this one. That is definitely going to be going in one of my speedruns because the feeling that gives you in your chest. So yeah, this started as Chica, and then when I couldn't decide if I wanted to draw her as a human or if I wanted to draw her as a bird person, I changed it into a Tifa drawing. Because at that point as well, the kind of hype from Five Nights at Freddy's had already died down a little bit by that point, and I've still not seen it. I actually have not seen the movie yet. I know like a shit ton of lore, like MatPat had done so much, well, the game theorists done so much of it, and it was so good, what they done. So I would very much like to go and actually watch more of that. So anyway, this drawing started as a Chica, and I don't know if I still have the line art. I do still have the line art. It's not getting opened. You're not getting to see it. It was bad. I just couldn't get the face right, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. But I drew it as a human. And then I went back in and I was like, oh, I'll change, I'll change the knee joints into, like, I'll change the knee into joints, I'll change the elbow into a joint, and the shoulder into like a ball joint and things like that. And I did that. That was a lot of fun. But anyway, I decided to do it as Tifa eventually. And I actually quite like the composition of it. I'm liking the leg a little bit better now that everything is. Now that more shading is going into other areas, the legs are starting to look better, which is what I kind of thought would happen. So I'm not sad about that at all. Anyway, so join me on Saturday. I will be doing more of this drawing on Saturday. Probably some of Saikuno. I've got the background in Saikuno to do. I will probably be drawing a couple of days, I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday during the day. I will probably be doing some other drawings off stream as well. So I don't know where. I want to save this one for Saturday. Because there's good talking points and it's fun to draw. Whereas like some of the stuff that I need to draw on other people, like Saikuno, I've got his hair to do, and I've got the clothes that he's wearing are very, very basic and quite boring to draw. With Juvia, I need to work on Juvia a little bit more in my personal time so that I can get myself to a point where I'm excited to draw it again. Because at this point in time, I'm like, but I don't want to draw this, and I don't want to do that. So I need to get myself to a point where I'm excited to draw Juvia again. Anyway, I've been talking for like 20 minutes now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hanging out today. Join me on Saturday at 7 PM to draw more of Tifa. On Friday, I have English. I have a vlog coming out on Friday that's just chatting about where I've been over the last few years and what my plans are going forward. So please check that out. It's on my YouTube channel, which I keep forgetting to put my YouTube link, my YouTube title into my outro. It is just, if you just search Ginger Bexley, I'm there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was really, really great to talk to Project Bureau quite a lot. Good to catch up with him. And yeah, so join me on Saturday and check out my vlog on Friday. And yeah, I will see you guys later, and you know where to find me. All my links will be in, all my socials are in my outro. So thanks so much for hanging out, folks. And I will see you on Saturday. Bye!